This is Math 1316, Trigonometry. We're dealing with Chapter 5, Section 3, which is the double angle formulas. I'm David Dipple from Lone Star College, Montgomery. Okay, suppose you want to do sine squared plus cosine squared of 30. This is just a quick review. Well, we have sine squared plus cosine squared. No matter what the angle, it is always equal to 1. You could do it the long way, but it's faster not to. Okay, with sine of pi over 12, we need two fractions that turn into 1/12. If you do 3/12 minus 2/12, that's one way. That makes 1/12. If you reduce 3/12, that's pi over 4. 2/12 is pi over 6. Now using the sine subtraction formula, it's going to be sine of the first one, cosine, minus, because we keep it, and then cosine sine. So it's sine of pi over 4, cosine pi over 6, minus cosine pi over 4, sine of pi over 6. And then if you use the unit circle, convert those all. Sine of pi over 4 is 2 over 2. Cosine of pi over 6 is 3 over 2. Cosine of pi over 4 is 2 over 2. Sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. So this is square root of 6 over 4 minus the square root of 2 over 4. So it's the square root of 6 minus the square root of 2 over 4. That's a quick review of some things we've done so far. Now, the double angles is sine of 2 theta. Can you just take that 2 and move it in front? 2 times sine of theta. Let's look at an example with numbers. 2 theta, 60 is twice 30. So this is 2 times 30. If I move the 2 out, that would be 2 sine 30. Okay, if you plug in the numbers, you'll notice sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2. Sine of 30 is 1/2. Is 2 times 1/2 square root of 3 over 2? No, it's not. So you can't just take this 2 and move it in front of the trig function. We can need another formula. Okay, there's some real formulas, and you need to write these down and memorize them. But I will give you a formula chart to use also. Okay, sine of 2 theta is 2 sine theta cosine theta. So anytime you have a double angle, it turns into 2. The 2 moves in front, but you get sine and a cosine. Cosines, there are 3 options. Cosine squared minus sine squared, 2 cosine squared minus 1, and 1 minus 2 sine squared. And you can use any of those options, whichever one is the easiest pertaining to the problem that you're given. Okay, tangent of 2 theta is tangent 2 theta over 1 minus tangent squared. And that should be 2 tan theta, not tan 2 theta. Should be 2, that 2 should be in front. Should be 2 tan theta over 1 minus tan squared. Okay, suppose sine is 3/5, and we're in the second quadrant, and you want to find sine of 2. Well, you just plug it into the formula. We do need to know if sine is 3/5, if you'll draw a triangle, cosine will be negative 4/5 in the second quadrant. That will come from a triangle that you need to draw in the second quadrant. Now, given that information, sine of 2a is 2 sine cosine. So it's 2 sine is 3/5, cosine is negative 4/5. And when you multiply that out, you get 2 times 3 is 6 times 4 is 24 25ths. And it should be negative. Again, the cosine should be negative 4/5. Okay, suppose you want to show that sine plus cosine, if it's squared, is equal to 1 plus sine 2 theta. Okay, I'm going to work on the left side. I'm going to square this out. Square sine, put them together and double it, and square cosine. That's the pattern for squaring a binomial. Sine squared, 2 sine cosine plus cosine squared. Now, cosine squared plus sine squared will turn into 1. So those two endpoints turn into 1. The cosine squared and the sine squared. And then 2 sine cosine turns into sine 2 theta. And then it matches what we're done. And again, we haven't done anything on the right side. Okay, suppose sine is 1 over square root of 5. we're in the second quadrant, find cosine of 2a. Well, first we need to draw a triangle, figure out what cosine is. Well, actually we don't, because there's a formula that only has sine in it. So we're going to pick cosine of 2a is 1 minus sine squared. It shouldn't be sine, it should be cosine 2a is 1 minus sine squared. Then just plug in the 1 over square root of 5. So you get 1 minus 2, the sine function squared, which is 1 minus 2 fifths, which is 3 fifths. Okay, we have 2 tan 15 over 1 minus tan squared. Now, this is that 2 angle 1 minus the angle squared. That's the double angle for tangent. That's tangent of 2 times our angle. 2 times 15 is 30, so that's tangent of 30. And tangent of 30 is 1 over the square root of 3. That's just the sine value over the cosine value. So that's everything in section 5, excuse me, chapter 5, section 3, the double angle formulas.